After we've EQ'd and compressed the vocal track, here I am now with a deesser. A deesser is a compressor specific to a certain frequency. In most cases, it's a high frequency, and that it's used to control the sound of the S. This one has a frequency selector in the range. How much do we want to compress on that thing? So let's hear why am I adding this. Let's hear the vocal track. I'm gonna put the deesser in bypass.
Bulletproof and armored vest.
Listen to the word advanced. Listen how that S it's really sticking out.
Bulletproof and armored vest.
Let's zoom in to check the how that S looks.
Armored vest.
So here's the S. The world's best deesser is actually going here and reducing. I'm gonna cut it by pressing B as in boy, and I'm gonna lower the level of that. Not that much. Probably something like 10 dBs. Let's hear to that back.
An armored vest.
It's a little too much, but I was just trying to prove the
An
point.
armored vest.
Many times I will do this, which is a manual deesser, but back to this tutorial. I'm gonna heal that, Command H heals that, and this is the original vocal track.
An armored vest.
Now I'm gonna apply the deesser. I'm gonna enable the deesser, and I'm gonna bring down the threshold. Actually, let's first listen. We're gonna listen to that frequency. So I'm gonna press listen.
An armored vest.
It's right there. It's pretty much right there, around 7 kilohertz. So I'm gonna bring the threshold down, and I'm gonna exaggerate on this range instead of threshold, so that you hear what it does. And we're gonna see the gain reduction one more time, that it will work on that sound. Hopefully we make these to work only in those frequencies, on those high
An
frequencies.
armored vest.
You can see that.
An armored vest.
Now it's a little too much, so let's keep on listening. I'm gonna ease off because, well, let me exaggerate first. I am a promoter of exaggeration until you hear it.
An armored vest. Some strong as whiskey.
Now it's working way too hard, so let's back it up.
An armored vest.
I like that.
Some strong as whiskey. Yeah, brighter than a sunset.
Let's listen to the word sunset.
Brighter than a sunset. Brighter than a sunset.
Okay, it's working a little too strong, so I'm gonna ease off a little bit.
Brighter than a sunset. Deeper than the ocean.
Here comes a little tip. I'm gonna drag the compressor down, and I normally put 2 instances of this guy.
Some strong as
So none of them work as hard, and I use this tip with multiple plugins that instead of making one work too hard, I actually add 2 instances of the same amount, and I may change the frequency a little bit. So the first one I'm going to leave it at 10, and the other one I'm actually going to go a little higher. Probably that. Let's try that out.
some strong as whiskey, yeah, brighter than a sunset.
Still working too strong on the first one, so I'm going to probably put
some strong as whiskey, yeah, brighter than a sunset. Deeper than the ocean, gets never-ending feelings of forever. Never.
Let's go back to the beginning.
Bulletproof and armored vest. Some strong as whiskey, yeah, brighter than a sunset.
I think it's better. Let's hear it without any of them.
Bulletproof and armored vest.
Oh, definitely.
Some strong as whiskey, yeah, brighter than a sunset.
I personally like putting the deesser before the compressor. So in this case, we have our trim, our EQ, that is actually boosting some of those frequencies that the deesser is working out. So we're making the deesser actually work harder. And what many people will do is actually this. Instead of boosting the frequencies before the compressor, I'm gonna sacrifice one of the deessers, and I'm gonna copy another instance of the compressor at the end. I'm gonna make it go to default, and I'm just gonna boost the frequency there. So
bulletproof and armored vest.
I think I like
Some
that.
strong as whiskey, yeah, brighter than a sunset.
I don't have to boost as
Deeper
much.
than the
These final shelf high frequencies is not fighting either the deessers or the compressors. So if we look at our whole chain in here, we have our EQ, followed by our deesser, then our compressor, and last but not least, our second EQ. So on the first one, we're cleaning things up, hitting the deesser, hitting the compressor. I normally like the compressor after the deesser because sometimes they put some artifacts in there that I feel like this guy kind of controls them. And last but not least, we're boosting those high frequencies.
Bulletproof and armored vest, some strong as whiskey, yeah, brighter than a sunset, deeper than the ocean, gets
I'm
never
adjusting
ending
the
feelings
threshold
of
a little bit.
forever,
I think I can have a little more
never
compression in
giving
there.
up this life, permanently doing it together, doing it just right.
One more time.
Bulletproof and armored vest, some strong as whiskey, yeah.
Bypass all of them. Control bypass on the first one. We'll bypass everything below it. It doesn't do it here. Okay, so I have to go back to the channel and do it there.
Bulletproof and armored vest,
No processing.
some strong as whiskey.
Enabling back the processing.
Bulletproof and armored vest, some strong as whiskey, yeah, brighter than a sunset, deeper than the ocean, gets never-ending feelings of forever, never giving up this life, permanently doing it together, doing it just right. Nowadays we're in the clouds, higher than the stars hang out, feeling.
The vocal is stable, it's present. I like it. I think it's time to move on. I'll see you in the next video.